Thank you. And thank you, Earl. Thank you very, very much for what you've got me into. All right. It's 1997. All right. Earl's rocking out this groovy music that we heard about a little while ago. And I just absolutely lost my mind at that point because I decided I was going to run for the South Carolina Senate. And I knew very, very little, if anything, about politics. I mean, I hated politics. Well, no, you've got to be familiar with something before you can hate it. So I just gone from becoming familiar with it to hating it, deciding, well, I'm going to do something. I'm going to change the world. I'm going to run for the South Carolina Senate. I'm going to take over a 16-year incumbent of the South Carolina General Assembly. I didn't know enough to know that I couldn't win. It was an impossible thing. And my wife said, Larry, are you insane? Who do you know is going to help you do this? You're never going to be able to win this thing. My support group early on. And then I get a phone call one night. And it was Earl Capps. Earl says, hi, this is Earl Capps. And I hear you're going to take out an incumbent for the Senate. I said, well, I'm going to try. Well, I live up here in Rock Hill, and I know all about that race. And I'm thinking, how does somebody in Rock Hill know all about this race? So I'll humor him and let him go. Well, I know I can help you, and you call on me. Anytime you need some help, you just call on me, and I'll be down there. I'll help you go door to door. I'll do what's necessary to help you win. And I'm thinking, yeah, right. Now, we're going through one of my first door-to-door campaigns, and I'm going to need help going door to door, handing out literature about myself, knocking on doors, and my wife says, what idiots are you going to get to go knocking door to door in a town that you've never even visited before? Because I'm going to college in the county. I've been to Walterboro before once or twice in my life, but not a whole lot. And I'm going to go ask those folks if I can represent them in the Senate. What idiots are you going to get to go help you go door to door? I started thinking, I got Earl Capps' number somewhere. and lo and behold, Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, I have Earl on one side and my wife on the other. And we were going door to door. Well, we didn't have very good math. Earl takes off. This was like a 10 or 12-hour day. And then we gather back up at the Hardys. We exchange stories, and then Earl goes back upstate. And I'm telling you, we ride home and I'm talking to my wife, and I said, Carol, this strange thing happened. I ran across Miss Gladys, and I knocked on her door, and I introduced myself. Said, so you're the one. Come on in and sit down. So I came in and said, I want you to know that a Democrat came to my house trying to get that Democrat to win. Oh yeah, how do you know? It was some man with a long ponytail, and he had some big diamond earring shining, and he started talking about you, and I just knew he was trying to put you down, because only them Democrats look like that. I said, yes, ma'am. What a horrible man to come down. She said, well, you know, I'm the president of the Lions. No, I'm the president of the Garden Club. I said, you are? Yes. Well, I think you ought to let them know what kind of people that man's got on the streets. Well, I think I am. She called 500 of her friends, and guess what? I won by 500 votes. We won that race. 4 years later, we're running for re-election. This could be a tough race, and Earl's right there with me. And we get to the sign war. There's signs. I put out more signs in the Senate race than most people do in a congressional race. We had 2,000 yard signs going up, and every weekend the signs were coming down. My opponent called me one night and said, why? Are you violating the unwritten rule by candidates? You're turning down my signs. What are you doing that for? I would never touch one of your signs. And that liar was touching my signs. I want you to know that. But I said to him, I promise you, I'm not touching any of your signs. I wouldn't dare touch one of your signs. The next day, I saw Earl, the whole back of his truck was just shoveling them in there. Earl is a friend. Now, and one last story. Now the sign war, it got a little more intense. And my opponent had written some very, very ugly things about me on my signs. He had defaced my signs all over Berkeley and in Dorchester and in parts of Colleton. I mean, it was the F word, all kinds of things right across my sign. And we were getting beaten down pretty good at the time. Didn't feel good. Riding out, there's my signs, they're all defaced. And it's like, oh gosh, how worse can this get? And then that afternoon, Carol says, oh my gosh, Larry, come look at this thing called the internet. Not only do the people around here see these signs, somebody has placed pictures of those signs on the internet. Thank you, Earl, for doing that. But as it turned out, she was awfully upset that Earl had put those pictures up on the internet, but as it turned out, once people saw just how low my opponent could go, it backfired on him, which helped us win the next election. And then by the time we got the third election up, Earl said, oh, you got it taken care of. I'm going to be helping some other candidates. And he did. And he did. And Earl's been a dear friend, and I'm just proud to be able to here to say happy birthday, Earl.